Namo Namaha. At the outset, I first congratulate Department of Sanskrit University of Mumbai for the celebration of Diamond Jubilee year and for organizing this lecture series of 60 lectures. I also extend my heartfelt thanks for inviting me in this lecture series. My topic of lecture is human asset management in the light of Kautilya Arthashastra. So let me share my presentation. So when we say human asset management, any organization or any business which is run for the benefit of the organization. Yet, many organizations considered their employee as the human asset, and hence they always work hard for the well-being of the employees. This entire concept we can see in the light of Kautilya Arthashastra. Before we move to our topic, it is necessary for us to understand the meaning of the word Artha, because Kautilya Arthashastra has got two words. As we all know that Kautilya is that which is composed by Kautilya. But the word Artha is very important in Arthaśāstra, because generally in modern sense, when we say Arthaśāstra, people immediately connect this topic with the science of economics. But Sanskrit has many connotations of the word Artha, as we are all aware that Artha is meaning of a word. Then Artha, as we have already seen, is the science of economics, or Artha is riches, prosperity. When we think of Artha, Artha is considered as hitaparevasai, that which is beneficial. In short, it suggests that Artha is to be acquired in a righteous manner so that it will be beneficial. When the word Artha goes with Shastra, as we have already seen that it becomes the science of economics. When the word Artha goes with Purushartha, Purusha is a human being, and the word Artha over here is pursuits. So, human pursuits. Purushartha, it suggests that which is to be acquired by a human being. And in our tradition, there are four Purusharthas. They are Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. When they get connected with a particular word, when the word Artha get connected with Dharma, it suggests that Dharma, that is righteous code and conduct, is to be acquired by human being. In Artha, there are two Arthas, and the first Artha is always suggests that prosperity, riches, money is to be acquired by human being. Same way with Kama and Moksha. In short, here Artha is important for a human, for a person to acquire something, and they are the four Purusharthas. Kama Sutra has given a specific meaning of Arthaśāstra, and according to Kama Shastra, Artha includes two things. First is acquiring something, and second is growing of whatever is acquired. So what is to be acquired? The list is given by Kama Sutra. It says that Vidya, that is knowledge, Bhumi, the earth, Hiranya, gold, Pashu, cattle, Dhanya, food grains, and Bhandopaskara are the utensils required in the house, and Mitra, good friends who will stand in any circumstances with us. So acquiring good friend is also included in the word Artha. So according to Kama Sutra, acquiring these things is one part, but whatever is acquired, tasya vivardhanam, growing of that acquired, this entire process is called as Artha. Kautilya has his own meaning, and he has stated that Manushanam vrittihi arthaha manushyavati bhumi ityarthaha tasyaha prithivyaha labhapalanopayam Arthaśāstra. According to Kautilya, the source of livelihood is Artha, and it is acquired from the earth which is endowed with human beings. And the Arthaśāstra is that Shastra which tells us of the acquirement of the land and the protection of the acquired land. So entire concept of Arthaśāstra deals with the land, that is the political science. Of course, in it, Arthaśāstra, that is the science of economics, is definitely one important element, but it is one of the 7 elements of the nation. And here, Kautilya's definition is definitely indicates the science of politics. Now, when we say Kautilya Arthashastra, it is basically a book of governance, and governance includes management and administration. Both things are required in governance, and we all are aware that management is nothing but the process of managing people and resources in an organization. Many people are working in the organization, and to lead them in a definite direction is very important in management. Administration is an act of administering policies within an organization by a group of people. So, when we set the goal, when we set an aim, definitely we think of different policies by which we can acquire the desired aim. And for that, making people work in that same direction. This entire process is governance. And of course, in Arthaśāstra or in governance, both things are equally important. In the beginning of Arthaśāstra, Kautilya has set his aim, or we can say that this is the preamble of Arthaśāstra. Arthaśāstra, first chapter 1.1 discusses about the content of the text Arthaśāstra in detail. After that, 1.2 to 1.4, these three chapters, they have the topic of discussion of Vidya Samuddesha. After mentioning the different types of Vidyas, because according to Arthaśāstra, Vidyas are four. They are Anvikshiki, Trayi, Varta, and Dandaniti. But what is the purpose of Vidya? While explaining that, Kautilya says that Alabdha Labhartha, Labdha Parirakshani, Rakshita Vivardhani, Tirthe Pratipadani cha. After learning these Vidyas, one can acquire or one can follow all these things, and they are first alabdha labhartha, that is acquisition of not possessed. Labdha parirakshani is the preservation of possessed. Rakshita vivardhani is augmentation of preserved, and last is tirthe pratipadani. So whatever is acquired for a king, it is not to retain it with him, but to return it to deserving people, to his subjects. And in that also, especially when rewards and rewards are given, to whom they are to be given is very important. And it is suggested by the word tirtha. The auspicious people, the deserving people is suggested by the word tirtha. This entire idea of acquiring and returning, mainly this is the duty of a king, which is poetically given by Kalidas in Raghuvamsha. I just can't stop myself without mentioning this idea of Kalidas. And he states that Prajanam eva bhuttyartham satabhyo balimagrahit sahasragunam utsrushtam adatte samravihi. So for the benefit of bhuti is bhuttyartham, that is bhuti, the prosperity, for the prosperity of subjects only. He means the king, balim agrahit, he accepts the bali, that is the taxes from the subjects. But the idea of collecting taxes is like the Ravi. Kalidas has given this example that as the sun who collects water from the ocean but returns it in 1,000 times, similarly, king should take taxes. Rather, it is his privilege to collect taxes, but not for his own enjoyment, not for preserving it for himself, but to return it to the society, to the subjects in multiple times. This is the idea of the governance. Basically, traditionally, or in tradition of Bharat, governance is not for bhoga, for enjoyment, but for tyaga, for returning to the society. And that is why this preamble is very important. Now, when we say that protecting the subject or returning it to subject, this entire idea comes under the title Yogakshema. We are very aware of the word Yogakshema because of the Life Insurance Corporation, its beautiful logo, and the sentence from Bhagavad Gita, Yogakshema Vahamyaham. So yoga is that which is not earned, and kshema is the protection of that earned things. We hand over our hard-earned money to LIC and they protect it like the beak of a lamb in two hands, as we protect that from wind. Similarly, our money is protected by LIC. That is the entire idea behind this logo and this motto. Kautilya says that Tena Bhrita Rajanaha Prajanam Yoga Kshema Bhaha. Tena Bhrita, by that king, it reminds king that it is my duty to take care of the yoga and kshema of my subject because they are giving me the taxes. So it is give and take. It is mutual contract between the subjects and the king, and king's duty is to gather taxes, take taxes, and to return it to subjects, and the subject's duty is to pay taxes religiously. Now, the yoga is aimed as successful accomplishment of an object, and kshema is undisturbed enjoyment of that object. If we are earning, we are working hard to earn. But if whatever is earned is not well protected, it's of no use. Naturally, the kshema becomes very important. So kshema is undisturbed enjoyment of that object. So this is the peaceful condition of a state, secured condition of a state where everyone can enjoy whatever they are earning. The concept of yoga kshema is explained by Kautilya, and he says that shama and vyama are the basis of yoga kshema. Peace and activity constitute the source of acquisition and security. So for vyayama, if you don't work hard to acquire, how you will gain? Hence, activity is very important. You need to work hard, and after working hard, peace, enjoyment peacefully is your right activity. But of course, he has defined the term activity, that is vyayama, and he states that activity is that which brings about the accomplishment of work undertaken, and peace is that which brings about security of enjoyment of the fruits of work. This concept of yoga and kshema in modern scenario is considered as internal security, and it says that the word internal security is defined as a state or condition where a nation's most cherished values and beliefs, its way of life, its institutions of governance, and its unity, welfare, and well-being as a nation and of people are permanently protected and continuously enhanced. So permanently protected, peaceful enjoyment. And it is not only the nation, but of the people also. Enjoyment of whatever is earned peacefully. The same concept is there in internal security. Our topic, human asset management. There are 3 chapters in Kautilya Arthashastra which speaks about the human asset management are Vrittavaraniya. It comes in 5.3. Dasa Karma Kalpa, 3rd Adhikarana and 13th chapter. Dasa Karma Karakalpa. Tatra Bhritakadhikaraha comes in 3.14. Now, what is human asset management or human asset? Human capital or human assets is a term that professionals use to describe the economic value of employees in terms of their experience, talents, personal qualities, knowledge, and level of education. So, 2 things. It is a value of an employee. But value is decided on certain qualities of an employee, and they are his experience, his talent, his personal qualities, his knowledge, and his level of education. A person who has all these qualities, naturally, his status, his position is higher, and the salary which he gets is according to his experience and his knowledge. Now, human asset management is the abbreviation of the human asset management is as HAM. And the topics which comes under HAM are, first is recruitment, because we have already seen that the salary is based on the knowledge, qualification, experience of the person. Naturally, while selecting people, their education and other factors are important. So first comes is the recruitment. While recruiting people, their background is also checked in modern period. Then while working at for a particular organization, the environment over there is very important, and it comes under the culture at workplace. Of course, salary, which they get for the work they give to the organization. So salary should be according to their job. Retention, if their jobs are secured, they will work happily, and performance management. Of course, constantly they should perform better than their previous chapter or their previous work. All these things come under human asset management. When we speak about in the light of Kautilya Arthashastra, Kautilya is aware of the appointment of many people, and he has clearly mentioned that Sahaya Sadhyam Rajyatvam Chakram Ekam Na Vartate. Kurvita Sachivan Tasmat Tesham Cha Shrunuyan Matam. It is compulsory for a king to appoint ministers. And it is not only to appoint them, but Kautilya has clearly stated that Tesham Cha Shrunuyan Matam. So it is compulsory for a king to pay attention towards their opinion. So appointment and paying attention towards their opinion, considering their opinion, is very important according to Kautilya. Why? These appointments are essential. Kautilya states that Yoga Padatu Karmanam Anekatvat Anekasthatvat. It is really the job of a king or the governor. Governing a state is not very easy job. At many places and at a time, the king has to work, and it is not possible for him to reach at every place and work accordingly. Hence, he karayet. He should get the work done through amatyas. So it shows that amatyas are the one who actually execute the things. Now, how the amatya should be. It is very important, and Kautilya has, while appointing the amatyas, this is beautiful sutra given by Kautilya. He states that amatya sampadopetaha sarvadhyakshaha shaktitaha karma suniyojjaha. For me, this word shaktitaha is very important. I have already given the beautiful cartoon where different students are there in front of the examiner, and the examiner is giving one same paper to all. And what is that paper? Is to climb on a tree. And who are all the students? We can see that's a monkey, a bird, an elephant, a seal, or a fish, or a dog. Now, one can imagine how this exam will be passed by everyone. So the word Shaktitaha, based on their qualities, it is necessary to appoint people at right places and at right time. That is very important sutra given by Kautilya. Now, when we think about Amatya, Kautilya has mentioned the qualities of Amatya, and there are 22 qualities. And Amatya Sampat are 22 qualities mentioned by Kautilya, and he has stated that Ataha Padartha Gunahinau Madhyamavarau. So one lacking in qualities by a quarter and half is the person of middling and lowest type respectively. So the one who has only quarter or middle, based on that he has classified the best, mediocre and the lowest person. For selecting the people for the position of Amatya, Kautilya has suggested that with the help of Mantri and Purohita, the people are to, those who are going to be the Amatyas are to be selected, or they are to be appointed on minor position initially, Samanyeshu Adhikaraneshu, comparatively lower professions, and then the qualities are to be found out. Now, Kautilya is very rational and practical in nature, as he understands the importance of the salary and job satisfaction followed by it. He equally gives importance to the selection of deserving candidate. In the list of appointment of government officers, there are 18 officers mentioned by him. They again all are called as tirthas. For Kautilya, appointment of ministers is obligatory, as we have already seen. Kautilya has given a long discussion of his predecessors regarding the appointment of ministers and agrees with their opinion. After giving an exhaustive list of 22 qualities of ministers, Kautilya asked to examine them beforehand, and that is why he suggests to appoint them on comparatively minor professions. According to him, these qualities are needed to be verified, and this can be compared with the concept of background check. That is why I have titled it as background check. The qualities like nobility of birth and lineage is to be inquired from his kinsmen. And I'm speaking about the 22 qualities. According to Kautilya, the qualities like nobility and nationality are to be, and of course, the lineage of the person are to be inquired from his kinsmen, arts and knowledge of different lores through the scholars of different fields, intelligence, perseverance, dexterity from the way he manages his work, eloquence, boldness, and presence of mind through his conversation during the time of calamity. One can judge the energy, power, and ability to bear troubles. His friendly nature, his righteousness, and complete devotion from the way he deals with other people. His character, his strength, health, and spirit, freedom from stiffness and fickleness from those who are in his company. The amiability, absence of disposition to animosity by personal observance. In short, all the 22 qualities are to be observed by different people through different people and at different situations. So, but he is not happy by mentioning how these qualities are to be checked. After checking these qualities, now these are the ministers these are the amatyas, and as I have mentioned, that they are the executors. They are directly dealing with the ideas of the king. And for the well-being of the nation, naturally, Kautilya has suggested for them some upadhas, some secret text. We can term it as sting operations for them. And there are 4 types of upadhas: dharmopadha, arthopadha, bhayopadha, and kamopadha. Upadha is basically secret test. And when he says that dharmopadha, it is the test of piety or purity. Bhayopadha is the test of fear. Arthopadha is the test of material gain. And kamopadha is the test of lust. The appointment takes place based on the upadhas cleared by the person. The person who passes the test of piety should be appointed to the post in judiciary and for separation of criminals, dharmasthya and kantakashodhana karma. Who passes the test of material gain should be appointed to offices of administration and in the store of directors of stores. Arthopadha, those who have passed the test of Arthopadha, they are to be appointed as director of stores. Those who succeeded the test of lust should be appointed for the guardianship of recreation inside the palace as well as outside the palace, and the upright in the test of fear should be appointed near the kings. In case of those who have passed the entire test are to be appointed in the council of ministers, because their counseling is very important for king, and only those who have cleared all the exams should be appointed as ministers. But of course, Kautilya is aware that each person is not in capacity to clear all these 8 tests. In that condition, he has suggested that they are to be appointed on different fields, comparatively bit tough jobs, but their work or their qualities are to be utilized. That is what Kautilya has stated, and hence he has stated that Sarvatra Shuchin, where all the qualities, it should be Sarvatra Shuchin, Ashuchin, where all those who have not passed all these qualities, they are to be appointed, but still they are possessed of some of the qualities, and hence based on their qualities, they are to be appointed into different sectors like Khani, that is mining, Dravya, Hasti, Vana, Karma. It is the Vana Karma, Dravya Vanas, that is the things which are obtained from jungles, the forest of elephants, the forest itself. So at different places, they are to be appointed. So it shows that optimum utilization of human being or human qualities is suggested or thought by Kautilya. Now, whatever work they will give or they will offer, they should get the vetana, that is salary. Now, when we say salary, vetana, The word Vetana is basically, in modern scenario, it is given for three different purposes. First is economic purpose, where payment of compensation in return for work they get. Sociological purpose, where stratification of occupational categories. So there is always scope to work hard, to give good work, and to reach to the higher position is suggested in this salary. And psychological purpose, which satisfy need directly or indirectly in response to changing employee aspiration. This is the modern concept of salary. In Sanskrit, the word salary is termed as Vetana, and it defines as Vetana Karma Dakshina. So, Vetana is that which is the Dakshina, which is the money the person obtains for the work done. Kautilya, while defining the word Vetana, says that Kritasya Vetanam. The word Karma or the Krita, the work which is done, is suggested by Kautilya as well. But he has specifically mentioned that Vetanam na akritasya asti. So he has not left any scope for the salary getting for the work not done. So it is compulsory for a person to work hard to gain salary. But Kautilya has always to the side of employee. He has suggested that at any cost, Vetana should be given. We are going to see that afterwards. But while giving the salary, he has warned the king that the king should take care of his treasury first while fixing the salaries. The salary should not exceed, which will hamper or which will deplete the treasure. And then that is why he has stated that Durga Janapada Shaktya Bhrutya Karma Samudaya Padena Sthapayet Karya Sadhana Sahena Va Bhrutyalabhena. So, having seen the capacity of the Durga and Jana, Durga is fortified city and Jana is the entire state. So, once it is decided the capacity of the treasury, then only the salary is to be decided, because this salary, if it exceed, it is more than whatever is there in the treasury, then naturally it will hamper or it will destroy the dharma and artha of the state. As we have seen that Vritta Bharaniya, Dasa Karma Kalpa are those chapters where the salary, human asset management concept is there. But there is one important concept seen in Kautilya Arthashastra is Sanghabrut. In Sanghabrut, it is the agency which appoints people, and for the appointment of people, the employer should be aware. The employee should work for one complete week, and if the agency wants to change the employee, it is obligatory for the agency to inform the change to the employer also. Now, in human asset management, job security is very important. And here, the concept of job security is observed in Kautilya Arthashastra as well. Job security is an assurance that you have your job in the predictable future, irrespective of outside factors. That is how the word job security is defined. The employee should have confidence that the employer stands with us in any circumstances. Now, this concept, which we see in Arthashastra from these sutras, and Kautilya stated that sachet alpam api karayitva na karayat krutam eva asya vidya. If an employer has asked certain work to do, and if he will stop the person from doing or completing that work, then also it is his responsibility that he should consider it as if it is done, because he is stopping the person from doing the job. Then Sambhashita adhika kriyayam prayasam na mogham kuryat. If some work is decided between the employer and employee, and if the employee is doing something more than that, then it should not go in vain. Karma sumritanam putradara bhakta vetanam labheran. So karma sumritanam, while serving for the organization, if someone dies, then the salary should be given to his son or the dara, that is wife. This is what Kautilya has suggested. Bhala vruddha vyadhitaha cha. And also he has suggested that if a person serves hard, then the care of old people, young children in his house should be taken. They should be provided, they should be anugraya, they should be favored. At the same time of calamity, even at the time of calamity, like somebody dies or in festivity or something good happens in the house of an employee, like Sutika, that if the worker's wife has delivered baby, in such condition, in such happy condition, the king should support them by providing some gifts or by providing the necessary things. Here, Kautilya has stated that Alpakosha Kupya Pashu Kshetrani Dadya. If the king has Alpakosha, in that condition, he should pay the salary. He should not stop the salary of any of the person. And for that, if it is required, he should sell the Kupya Pashu Kshetra, etc. He should sell the things of Kupya is basically the jungle, the things which are obtained from the jungle, or some cattle or some land. By selling all these things, he should give the salary. Alpam cha hiranyam cha, and if it is required, he may give the salary in the form of hiranyam. Of course, he has warned that anyhow, salary is to be given, but king should not give land in lieu of salary, because once it is given, they will acquire it permanently, and hence land is not to be given at any cost, is the suggestion given by Kautilya. Incentive and other benefits are also suggested by Kautilya. Here he is saying that na bhakshayanti yetu artha nyayataha vardhayanti cha nityadhikaraha karyaha te radnyaha priyahite rataha. So those who constantly for the upliftment of the state, king should consider them, or king should rather honor them, and this honor should be done openly, because they are the example for other people. Naturally, people will follow them. Kautilya is thinking of giving some benefits in the form of kinds also. Basically, at that time, 4th century BC, Kautilya has suggested that women should work. Of course, a big list of which women should work is given by him. But if they are doing good job, after all, they are women. They are to be provided with the oil, amla, some powders, etc. And it shows that Kautilya, though his name is Kautilya and people consider him as Kutilya, but from these sutras, it appears that he is like a fatherly figure. He is taking care of his subjects and even the women also, because they are the downtrodden women, they are having some problems, they are not married or they are widow. So in that condition, he has allowed women to work and earn their own money. And in their condition, being a female, they might have interest in getting beautified oneself. And that is why he has suggested to offer them some gifts in the form of oil, powder, etc. Or gandha, malya, all these things are mentioned by him. Culture at a workplace is considered very important. And here the sutra says that Vashya Tushta Bhrita Putradaraha. This sutra comes in case of army people, and Kautilya states that the wives and children of army person should be happy. So it shows that they must get their salary at right time, and at intervals they should go and meet their family members. Of course, it is not clearly mentioned by Kautilya, but one can think about it, that when Kautilya is saying that Vashya Tushta Bhrita Putradaraha, it means their pleasure will definitely be lying in the salary they are getting. And if it is not possible for the army people to meet their family members, naturally they will be unhappy, and hence they should go at right time to whenever their leave period is there, that time they should go and meet their family members, must have thought by Kautilya. Of course, at workplace, certain facilities are required, like washrooms, clean washrooms, the security of the building, protection of the building from poison. It is that period where the poisonous animals were comparatively easily available, and hence the building should be well protected by poison There are always chances of getting the danger of fire, and hence Kautilya has stated that Marjara Nakula. So if there are snakes or something like that, then Marjara and Nakulas, the mongoose and cats, will protect the building from these type of animals, and whatever is essential to protect the building from fire, all these things are suggested by Kautilya. So the culture at workplace, the safety of people at workplace is definitely taught by Kautilya. Now, from all these things, it is necessary to understand the character of Kautilya. As I mentioned, that people generally believed that he is Kutilamati Kautilya, but he is not Kutilamati. Of course, he is not ready to adjust anything at cost of nation. The security of nation is most important for him, and at the same time he takes care of the employers and employees. They both should be benefited. Only the salary they get, and if they will not work, employee will not work, is not acceptable. Similarly, employer and employee both should be happy. Whatever they are giving to each other should be according to their work, and the job satisfaction is very important. And when each and every person in the organization is happy, then only everyone will become happy. The job stratification concept is also observed in Kautilya Arthashastra, because he has given the salary slab of government servants, and it starts from 48,000 panas till 60 panas. The lowest salary, 60 panas. Job stratification is also taught by Kautilya, and he has given the salary slab of government officers, and it starts from 48,000 panas to 60 panas. So there is scope of stratification based on the salary. He has suggested traveling allowance as well. Of course, it is in case of dutas, that is the ambassadors, and the PA for each person, each ambassador differs, and it starts from 10 panas for an average envoy who gets 10 panas for every yojana he travels. For 100 yojanas, he should get 20 panas under salary slab. We have seen that scope of stratification is there, traveling allowance concept is there. All these things which come under modern human asset management are definitely taught by Kautilya. So we can think that Kautilya is a visionary and whose sutras applicable even in modern age. Thank you.